All right, so we're putting together our mac and cheese. Pretty simple. Get your pan going. You're going to start off with some cheese sauce. Makes sense. This is your Mornay. Now you can notice how thick it is. But we have a little bit of heavy cream. You're just going to thin it out with a little bit of heavy cream. Again, is up to you. You are dealing with this. Don't go crazy on the heavy cream. All we're trying to do is reheat this so it becomes nice and malleable again. You can always add heavy cream later. You cannot take it out. So make sure you do not go overboard. But if you notice how thick this cheese sauce got, that's what you're looking for. We're just trying to get that cheese sauce up to temp and have it nice and semi-liquidy. Again, you can always add more cheese sauce. You can always add more heavy cream. You cannot take it out. And you just got to get kind of used to eyeballing this stuff. Because if I'm on a line, I don't have time to tell you it's a half cup and you sit there and take the cheese sauce, get a half cup out, put it in the pot, and be like, oh, well, it's the 2 cups of this, and you get 2 cups. You got to get used to kind of eyeballing some stuff. We're going to add our noodles. If you notice, they break up nice and easy. That's why we added that oil to the end. Now we're just heating it all up together. Notice all of it's nice and coated. All I'm trying to do is make sure everything's kind of nice and warm together. But that's your nice and creamy mac and cheese. Now, what's going to be does anyone know what the final step's going to be? Taste it. You got to figure out the seasoning. Is it salty enough? Is it peppery enough? Oddly, yes. It does need to get a little bit hotter. I am going to add a little bit of salt, not too much. But thanks to that pasta being salted and that salty watered right, seasoning that cheese sauce right, it should come together pretty easy. We've got our nice hot mac and cheese. We've got our 2 containers. I can get a third one if this is too much. Notice how I am bringing my pot over to the containers. That way I'm not having to drag all of this stuff with, drippy cheese across the table. You hold your spoon like a pencil. That way you have more control. If I was writing, it'd be like this. We'll mound these guys up. You're going to take your breadcrumbs. Give a nice coating of breadcrumb. After you got your breadcrumbs on, these are going to go in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. So it's just a quick little bake just to make sure everything is warm together, make sure that we aren't serving them in a cold plate. So we will be back in about 5 minutes. All right. So these are our final guys. They've only been in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes just to rewarm them. Uh, it was about 375 for about 5 to 10 minutes. So all you're looking for. All I'm trying to do is warm up the outside carafe so that it's nice and warm so that when you put it on a table, they know that it's, fresh. We already toasted the top. That's why we didn't have to bake it for a long time. But that way we kind of get the best of both worlds. You get a nice stovetop one with a baked one.